Computer.
Errol, what's up, man?
What's up, Sean G? Good to reconnect with you, man.
April 24th, 2025, man. First of all, I want to say, man, that it was a pleasure I've met you. That shit's been almost, is it 5 years ago, Errol?
Was that
2020?
2021? Was it 2020 or 2021? 4 or 5 years now. Yep. Almost
Four or
exactly
five
to the
years
day, right?
ago, man. And I met you at my event, man, and you were a sharp dude then, and you're still a sharp dude. So you got your thing, you get ready to do something for yourself as far as your finance background. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Errol, and your personal background.
Well, my story starts in Toronto, Canada. I didn't really come into consciousness until about 2004. I remember me and my cousins sitting around one day, and we're looking at each other saying, "Look, we don't do anything productive. We just sit around, get high all day, and we ain't got nothing going on. We don't do anything. We don't have anything in our favor. We don't have anything going for us." So one day we went to the mosque, right? One Friday afternoon, we go to the mosque. On the way out, someone hands me a martial arts flyer for the class that they have at the mosque. So me and my cousin look to each other and we're like, "This is exactly what we need. We don't do anything. This is exactly what we need, right?" So it might have been the next day that I signed up for that martial arts class, and that
What
training
kind of
that
martial arts, Errol?
taekwondo, taekwondo. But
Okay.
really looking back on it now, I didn't care. Really didn't matter what martial arts it was. The point is that that class gave me a lot of discipline, a lot of focus, a lot of it increased my threshold for pain mentally and physically. So it spilled over into other aspects of my life. So really, I took those lessons from that class, that martial arts class, and really just applied it to my personal and professional life.
Now, what do you do professionally, Errol?
Right now, I run my business full time, 416 Consulting, 416 Solutions LLC. We do consulting and we do investing. So I'm a full-time entrepreneur as of January 20th, 2025. I work.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. My health instantly improved since I retired from the day job. My physical health and my mental health instantly improved once I retired. Prior to that, I worked a day job as a CFO a couple years. I was an analyst for many years. I was an officer for many years.
So your background is finance.
Correct. I worked about 15 years in the United States in finance. Correct.
Okay, okay. And you were CFO and accounting and all that stuff?
I was more on the finance side, more trained traditionally in finance. So yes, I did hold a CFO position for a logistics company here in South Florida. But eventually my options revenue far exceeded my day job revenue, and it was just a wrap after a couple of years of that.
So now you're a full-time entrepreneur.
And then we say full time in quotes, right? Not nowhere near 40 hours. I tell people I am a full-time entrepreneur, but I technically work maybe 3 or 4 hours a week.
Give me some, give the people some advice, Errol, for those dudes and those young ladies that are aspiring entrepreneurs. They want to, step away from the corporate world, or they're not doing nothing. They're just sitting around hoping and wishing. Give them something to somebody who's an aspiring entrepreneur.
Yeah, there's several pieces of advice I can pass along. One of them is to find the right mentors. Mentorship is a big plus that can work in your
And you
favor.
do that, right?
I do that. I do that kind of informally and formally, right? So I do that
Okay.
formally through my consulting, and then informally, a lot of the 20-something-year-olds now look at me as an OG in my mid 40s, right? So I do that on the personal side and the professional side. But mentorship is one key aspect for any aspiring entrepreneur. Another piece of another gem is embrace failure, embracing failure. You're gonna fail regardless, right? If you try something,
That's
you're going
right.
to fail. In business, you're going to fail, right? And a lot of people give up after failing just one time, not realizing that the more they fail, the closer they come to succeeding. So that's another piece of advice. Embrace the failure. Third piece of advice is to stay consistent. Nothing's going to happen if you don't have the perseverance. If you're not consistent, things won't jump off in your favor just trying them once, right? You got to put the work in every day. I kind of follow you. I see you working out every day, the same
Thank you,
consistency
man.
you apply in your personal life, the same consistency you apply in your professional life. Same thing with me. Every day, 1,000 reps a day. No joke. In business, in my workouts, in my diet, in my same consistency 20 years straight, no exaggeration. Fourth piece of advice is to get with like minds, get build your network, right? You can't do everything all by yourself, right? I got some serious heavyweights in my network, and I'm afraid to be a laggard in my network. So I gotta keep up. I gotta stay on the cutting edge. I gotta stay on the top on the leading edge of in my field. So I don't want to be someone that's like, oh, here comes Errol. Oh man, he's bullshit. Yeah, I'm not wasting my time with Errol. So build up your network is a fourth piece of advice for any aspiring entrepreneur.
Now, Errol, I think on May the 9th, but you clarify the date. You're going to be in Miami and you're going to be giving a talk on options trading, man.
That's correct. I partnered with the Black Business School. Dr. Boyce Watkins has been kind enough to share his platform with me the last couple of years. So I'm in partnership with the Black Business School, May 9th, 7 p.m., Miami, Florida. I will be giving a lecture on mathematics for millionaires. So what the plan is to go over some of the mathematics behind option trading, option selling specifically.
Okay, okay.
So really, it's a
Um,
two-day event, Miami 9th and Miami 10th. My lecture will be on 7 p.m. May 9th, but I'll also be there May 10th to listen to the other speakers as well. I think we have a speaker on storytelling and on wealth as well.
so May the 9th at 7 p.m. What's the location, Errol?
Intercontinental Hotel, downtown Miami, Florida.
Yo, everybody go to the Intercontinental Hotel, May the 9th, May the 10th. But at 7 o'clock, May the 9th, my main man Errol is going to be there giving y'all a lot of great information on the mathematics behind selling options so you can let that theta decay work for you and you can make some money.
Yes, sir.
Errol, what are some other business things you're involved in besides option selling?
Well, really, in recent last couple of years, I kind of try to scale back the number of business ventures I'm involved in. So, besides my offerings through the Black Business School, I'm slowly developing some real estate in Georgia, Washington County. That's kind of a slow-moving venture, but I'm still making progress on that. That's one thing I've got going. And I'm a trained mathematician, so year-round, I've got students that I tutor in math as a side hustle.
Okay. Now, Errol, what are some of the, let's talk about the options trading for a minute because everybody thinks that you buy these naked options, these naked calls, these naked puts. Oh, you can make money in options. You can make a lot of money. Talk about the money you can make, and then talk about some of the pitfalls that you need to worry about too when you trade options, man. Risk
Yes,
management.
definitely, definitely. Just like any other business venture, we want to know what we're getting into ahead of time. We want to understand what we're getting to, fully understand the pros and cons before you jump head first in, right? So one way I manage risk is I sell options on some of the indexes, the SPYs and the triple Qs, for example. Built-in diversification. You don't need to worry about being too heavily invested in one specific ticker. So that's one risk management strategy I use. Another is to run the collar strategy. I do that also. I buy my shares, or I already own my shares. I sell the calls against those shares, and I buy the puts as downside insurance. So that's another management strategy. And another general risk management strategy is to diversify the strategy, switch up a couple strategies, switch up a couple expirations, and switch up a couple strikes. So um, it's not all lumped as one. Maybe I have a couple of shorter term options, and I have maybe a month or 2 months or a quarter out. So my expiration dates are staggered. That's another risk management strategy.
Okay, so you're not necessarily a day trader where you're trading for a couple of hours, and you sounds like you're more like maybe a swing trader, intermediate swing.
Um, this is the best way I can describe what I do. I technically trade options for 1 hour a week, 30 minutes Monday morning, 30 minutes Friday afternoon. So I'm not really behind this laptop any more than I have to. My objective is to be hands off, not hands on. I want to sell options. I want to, out of the traditional 40 hours a week, I'm working that one. The other 39, I'm living my life. So at this point in my life, in my career, I've got the hands off approach instead of the hands on approach.
Cool, cool, cool. Interesting, interesting, man. Well, look, man, I know to everybody watching, man, I know Errol, um, solid individual, stand up, man. Came to my event in Miami 4 years ago. We've stayed in touch. Man of his word. He says something out of his mouth. Me and him are doing this business right here, and it's been all word of mouth. There is no contract. Everything this man has said out of his mouth, he is done, punctual, on time, and he followed through on every commitment that he made. Errol, how can my people get in touch with you and talk to you? We already know May the 9th, 7 p.m., Intercontinental Hotel, Miami, Florida. But for those maybe in Europe and South America on the West Coast, Midwest that won't make it to Miami, how can they get in touch with you, man?
The best ways to contact me are through my website directly, errolseemangal.com. You can email me directly, errol@errolseemangal.com. If you're on social,
Spell that for him, Errol.
my first name, Errol, Errol. My last name, Seemangal, Seemangal, errolseemangal.com, errol@errolseemangal.com. If you're on social media, you can look me up by my name or my handle, 416 is favorite. Those are the best ways to contact me.
Yo, all those links are going to be underneath this video. Um, so you can get in touch with Errol. If you can't get in touch with him, get in touch with me, and I'll put you in touch with Errol. Hey, yo, Errol, man, thanks for choosing me as someone to present your event to. I know there was many choices you could have made, but you came here, and I appreciate you, man.
Likewise, man. Likewise. Like you mentioned a minute ago, solid people recognize other solid people. You don't need no contract. Handshake, virtual handshake is solid enough in my book. If I know you, I trust you, I think you're a solid person, and it works both ways. We don't need no contract.
There you go, y'all. There you go. Hey, Errol, I appreciate you, man. Good luck at the event, man. I won't be able
Thank
to
you,
make
sir.
it, but I'm gonna be rooting for you, man.
Next time you're down in South Florida, hit me up.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.